face this way, face up. This way.
Om je tsu ma pa ma jo ma la ja za lo ja za jo ma nyu ma pa mo je ni ge ji lo dan dra ma ji den zun ge ju ge ja gi ge sa je wa le ni ju ma cha za den gi da wa kun de ga wa ya ni ze be ja ma ka ma don dra zo ba nam gi ra du je we ra ba ma cha za zun ge ju ne ge gi be ma je ni nam ba ge ma jin ba zun ju ka du shi wa zo ba sam den ju yo ni ma cha za de jin shik be zu do da ye nam ba ge wa je ma ma lu ba ro jin ba do be ya we se gi shin du de ma cha za du da re hum yi ge do da jo da nam ga ga ma in dun ba shab gi ne de lu pa me pa gu pa nu ma cha za kya jin me la zang ba lu la na zo wan ju ju ma jun bo ro lan ji za nam dan nu jin zo gi du ne de ma cha za je je cha dang be gi ba ro jo go rab du jo ma ye gang yung ge shab gi ne de me ba juk ba jin du bar ma cha za du re jik ba jin mo du gi ba wo nam bar jo ma chu ge zhang ni zhong ye den ze dra wo tam je ma lu so ma cha za gun zhong zum zong cha ge so mo du ga nam bar ge ma ma le jo gi go lo gen be rang gi yo gi zok nam tru ma cha za rab du ga wa ji be bu ge nu gi drink wa be ma Arab je du da ra yi du da ji de wan de ze ma cha za sa shi kyong we zo na dam je gu pa nu pa ni ma cha nya ye we yi ge hung gi bom ba dam je nam bar jo ma cha za da we du me ru gen ge ba dam je shin du bar ma ra be jo ne bak me le ta ba shin du rab ze ma cha za ga ba da me da ba we drink we yu na ne ma ye gan yung gum gun ne kor ge dra yi bung ni nam bar jo ma cha za za shi ngo la cha gi tu gi nun ji shab gi du ma chön ye jen ze yi ge hung gi rin ba dum bo nam ni ge ma cha za de ma ge ma shi ma nya nen de shi jo yo ni ma swaha hom dang yang dak de me de ba jin bo jom ba ni ma cha za gun ne ko rab ga we dra yi lu ni rab du ge ma yi ge ju be nak ni ko be rik ba hum le jol ma ni ma cha za du re jab ni da be hung gi nam be sa bo ni ma mandara da bi je ji da so nam yo ba ni ma cha za la yi zo yi nam be ri da da jin chak na na ma ta ra ni jo be ki yi ge tuk na ma lu ba ni sa ma cha za la yi zok nam Gyalpo la da mi yam chi de ma ne go ja ga wa ji gi zo da mi lam yen ba sa ma cha za ni ma da wa ge be je ni bo ra ho rab sa ma ha ra ni jo du da ra yi shin du drag ba rim ne sa ma cha za de ni zo nam go be shi we du da ya da de ma do da ro la no jin zo na jong ba du re rab jo ni ma za we na ge du ba de na cha za wa ni ni shu zai ji Om to Reverend Aryatara pay homage, homage to Tara swift and brave, with eyes like a flash of lightning. From lotus face of three worlds, Lord, you arose from the blooming heart. Homage to you whose face appears like 100 full autumn moons. By 1,000 stars all gathered, you shine with supreme radiance. Homage to you whose hand is graced with water-born blue lotus, giving effort, endurance, peace, sphere of compassion and focus. Homage to you, crown of Buddhas, who enacts limitless triumphs. Those who've obtained all perfections, as of victors rely on you. Homage to you, to Tara Hung, filling desire, direction, space, whose we trample the seven worlds with power to summon all peace. Homage to you, praised by Chakra, Agni, Brahma, Vayu, Shiva. Demons, zombies, Gandharvas, to Yaksha hosts bow down before you. Homage to you with dread and pay. You crush others' magic designs. Right leg bent, left outstretched, pressing, blazing amid raging great flames. Homage to the fearsome today. You subdue bravest of martyrs. Lotus ways bearing wrathful frown. You slay every foe completely. Homage to you whose fingers grace your heart with the three jewels mudra. With chakra of all directions, whirling in a massive light rays. Homage to you, truly joyful, with crowns spreading garlands of light. Loving fully with Tutara, you control the world and martyrs. Homage to you who can summon all assembled earthly guardians. With round of wrath and moving home, you free all those in poverty. Homage to you, crescent moon crown, all of your adornments blazing. Amitabha in your top knot, radiating boundless bright light. Homage to you, dwelling within, blazing garland like ages in. Right leg outstretched, left leg drawn in, with joy you quell armies of us. Homage to you who strikes the earth with pounding palms and feet stamping. Wrathful frown and letter whom cause 7 levels to scatter. Homage to blissful, wholesome calm, she who is sphere of nirvana. With perfected Om and Swaha, you destroy your great harmful deeds. Homage to you, circled with joy, you shatter bodies of orphans. Speech said with 10-lettered mantra, you liberate by wisdom. Homage to feet stamping today, whose form is its syllable. Meru Mandara and Vindhya, you cause all 3 worlds to tremble. Homage to you whose hand holds moon, marked with deer like a divine lake. With Tara uttered twice then pay, you purge every single poison. Homage to you who is served by kings of God's devas, Kimnadas. Your resplendent summer of joy pacifies conflicts and nightmares. Homage to you whose true eyes shine brightly like the sun and full moon. With Hara twice then to Tara, you dispel vicious diseases. Homage to you with 3 natures, who has the power to bring peace. Today most supreme you conquer hordes of demons, zombies, yakshas. This is the praise of root mantra and the 21 homages. Om Jitsu Ma Ba Ma Jo Ma La Cha Za Lo Cha Za Jo Ma Nyu Ma Ba Mo Je Ni Ge Ji Glok Dan Drama Ji Den Sun Ge Ju Ge Sha Gi Ge Sa Je Wa Le Ni Ju Ma Cha Za Dun Gi Da Wa Kun Du Gang Wa Gya Ni Zek Be Ja Ma Karma Dong Dra Zo Pa Nam Gi Rao Du Je We Ra Bar Ma Cha Za Zung Ge Ju Ne Ge Ki Ba Ma Jak Ni Nam Bar Ge Ma Jin Ba Zun Ju Ka Du Jiwa Zoba Samden Joyo Nima Chaza Dejin Shek Be Tsuk Do Da Ye Nambar Gyawa Chama Malu Baro Jimba Do Be Gyawe Zeki Shindu Tema Chaza Du Dare Yinge Do Dan Jo Dan Nam Gagangma Jiden Dumbo Jabki Nende Luba Me Baguk Banuma Chaza Gyajin Me La Zamba Lung Lana Zo Wan Chu Choma Drumbo Roland Jizanam Dan Nojin Zogi Dunne Duma Chaza Dreje Jadam Beki Paro Choko Rab Du Joma Yekam Yunkun Shabki Nende Me Patruk Pashin Du Barma Chaza Dureji Bajemo Duki Pao Nambar Joma Chuge Jani Chonya Denze Dravo Damje Malu Soma Chaza Gun Jom Sum Zon Jage Somo Duka Nambar Gema Malu Jogi Kolo Gembe Rangi Yogi Sok Nam Truma Rab du gawa ji be Ruge no ki treng wa pema Je barab je du dara yi Du dan ji den wan du zema Cha za za shi kyong we zog na Dam je guk ba nu ba nye ma Chonya yo we yi ge hum gi Bom ba dam je nam ba jo ma Cha za da we dun be ruge Gen ba dam je shin du bar ma Rabe jo ne yo bag me le Da ba shin du huram te ma Cha za ga ba da me me ta bawe drink we unanema. Ye ga yongum kune korge, jayi bungni number joma. Chazaza shingola jagi, dugi nunchin shapki dungma. Chonye jense yige humgi, rimba dumbo namni gema. Chaza dema gema shima, nyanende shi joyanima. Swaha hom dang yang dak deme, dipa jimbo jomba nima. Chaza kune koram gawe, drayi luni rap tu gema. Yige jube nagni kobe, rikva humle jolma nima. Chaza ture jabni dabe, humgi nambe zabanima. Rira mandara dambe je, jikden somnam yobanima. Chaza lai zoyi nambe, rida jajen jagna nama. Tara nijo begi ige, dugna malupa nizama. Chaza lai zognam gyalpo, ladami amchi itema. Kunego jagawa jigi, zodami lam nyembazema. Nimadawa gebe, jeni bora orapsama. Harani jodu tarayi, shindu drakparim nesama. Chaza deni sumnam gobe, jiwe du dangya dandema. Dodam rolang no jinsog nam, jomba dure rab jonima. Zawi nagi du badida, jaza wani nishutsaji. Om to Reverend Aryatara I pay homage, homage to Tara swift and brave, with eyes like a flash of lightning. From lotus face of three worlds, Lord, you arose from the blooming heart. Homage to you whose face appears like 100 full autumns. By 1,000 stars so gathered, you shine with supreme radiance. Homage to you whose hand is grace, with water bongo blue lotus, giving effort, endurance, peace, fear of compassion and focus. Homage to you, crown of Buddhas, who enact limitless trials. Those who've obtained all perfections, heirs of victors rely on you. Homage to you, to Tara Hung, filling desire, direction, space, whose we trampled the 7 worlds with power to summon all beings. Homage to you, praised by Chakra, Agni, Brahma, Vayu, Shiva, demons, zombies, Gandharvas, to Yaksha, hosts bow down before you. Homage to you with dread and pay, you crush others' magic designs. Right leg bent, left outstretched, pressing, blazing amid raging great flames. Homage to the fearsome today, you subdue bravest of martyrs. Lotus face bearing wrathful frown, you slay every foe completely. Homage to you whose fingers grace your heart with the 3 jewels mudra, with chakra of all directions, whirling in a massive light race. Homage to you truly joyful, with crowns spreading garlands of light, loving fully with Dutara, you control the world and martyrs. Homage to you who can summon all assembled earthly guardians, with frown of wrath and moving whom you free all those in poverty. Homage to you, crescent moon crown, all of your adornments blazing. Amitabha in your top knot, radiating boundless bright light. Homage to you, dwelling within, blazing garland like ages. Right leg outstretched, left leg drawn in, with joy you quell armies of us. Homage to you who strikes the earth with pounding palms and feet stamping. Your wrathful frown and letter whom cause 7 levels to scatter. Mr. blissful, wholesome, calm, she who is sphere of nirvana, with perfected Om and Swaha, you destroy your great harmful deeds. Homage to you, circled with joy, you shatter bodies of all foes. Speech said with 10-lettered mantra, you liberate by wisdom. Homage to feet stamping today, whose form is each syllable. Meru, Mandara, and Vindhya, you cause all 3 worlds to tremble. Homage to you, whose hand holds moon, marked with deer like a divine lake. With Tara uttered twice, then pay, you purge every single poison. Homage to you, who is served by kings of gods, devas, gymnatas. Your resplendent summer of joy pacifies conflicts and nightmares. Homage to you, whose 2 eyes shine brightly like the sun and full moon. With Hara twice, then to Tara, you dispel vicious diseases. Homage to you with 3 natures, who has the power to bring peace. Today, most supreme, you conquer hordes of demons, zombies, yakshas. This is the praise of root mantra and the 21 homages. Om Jetsu Ma Pakma Joma La Cha Tsa Lo Cha Sa Joma Nyuma Pa Mo Cheni Ge Chik Lok Dan Drama Jite Sun Kun Chu Ge Shao Gi Ge Sa Che Wa Le Ni Juma Cha Sa Dun Gi Da Wa Kun Du Gan Wa Gya Ni Tsek Be Shama Kama Don Cha Tsok Pa Nam Gi Rab Tu Che We Yo Ra Parma Cha Sa Sun Ga Chu Ne Ke Ki Pa Me Chak Ni Nam Par Ge Ma Jimba Zun Chu Ka Tup Shi Wa Zo Ba Sam Ten Cha Yo Ni Ma Cha Sa De Shin Shek Pe Tso Do Ta Ye Nam Par Gya Wa Cha Ma Ma Ru Pa Ro Jimba To Be Gya We Se Ki Shin Du De Ma Cha Sa Tu Da Re Hum Yi Ge Do Dan Chok Tam Nam Ka Kang Ma Jik Den Dun Po Shap Ki Nen De Lu Pa Me Pa Kuk Pa Nu Ma Cha Sa Kya Jin Me La Tsang Pa Lung La Na So Wang Chuk Cha Ma Jun Po Ro Lang Dri Sa Nam Dan No Jin So Ki Dun Ne Ta Ma Cha Sa Tre Che Cha Dang Pe Ki Pa Ro Cho Ku Rap Tu Chom Ma Ye Kam Yung Ken Shap Ki Nen Te Me Pa Chuk Pa Shin Tu Par Ma Cha Sa Tu Re Chik Pa Che Mo Du Ki Pa Wo Nam Par Jo Ma Chu Ge Sha Ni Tron Ye Den Se Tra Wo Tam Che Ma Lu So Ma Cha Sa Kun Chon Sum Son Cha Ge So Mo Tu Ka Nam Par Ge Ma Ma Lu Cho Ki Ko Lo Gen Be Rang Ki Yo Ki Tsok Nam Truk Ma Cha Sa Rap Tu Ka Wa Ji Be Ru Ge No Ki Treng Wa Pe Ma She Pa Rap She Tu Ta Ra Yi Du Dan Jik De Wan Du Tse Ma Cha Sa Sa Shi Kyong We Tsok Nam Tam Che Kuk Pa Nu Pa Ni Ma Chon Yo Yo We Yi Ge Hum Gi Pong Pa Tam Che Nam Par Jo Ma Da we dun be gen gen pa tam che shin du ba ma ra be zhen ne pak me le tak pa shin du ram ze ma cha sa ka pa tam me da ba we jing we yu na ne ma ye gan yong gam gun ne ko ge dra yi bung ni nam par jo ma cha sa sa shin go la cha gi du gi nun chin shap ki dong ma chon ye jen ze yi ge hum gi rim ba dum bo nam ni ge ma cha sa de ma ge ma ji ma nya Nende Ji Cho Yo Ni Ma Swaha Om Dang Yang Dak De Me Dik Pa Jimbo Jomba Ni Ma Cha Sa Gu Ne Go Rab Ga We Dra Yi Lu Ni Rab Tu Ge Ma Yi Ge Ju Be Nak Ni Ko Be Rik Pa Hum Le Jol Ma Ni Ma Cha Sa Du Re Jam Ni Da Be Hung Gi Nam Be Sa Bo Ni Ma Ri Ra Man Da Ra Dang Big Je Jik Den Som Nam Yo Wa Ni Ma Cha Sa La Yi Zo Yi Nam Be Ri Da Dang Jeng Chak Na Na Ma Tara ni jo pe ki ge duk nam ma lu pa ni se ma cha sa la yi zok nam yao bo la da mi am chi yi den ma ku ne go cha ga wa ji ki zo da mi lam nyen pa se ma cha sa ni ma da wa ge pe che ni bo ra rap se ma ha ra ni jo tu da ra yi shin tu drak po rim ne se ma cha sa de ni sum nam go be ji we tu dang yak dak de ma do dang ro lang no jin sok nam jom ba tu re rap chok ni ma sa we na ki tu pa di da cha sa wa ni ni shu tsa jin Om the Reverend Aryatara I pay homage, homage to Tara swift and brave, with eyes like a flash of lightning. From lotus ways of three worlds, Lord, you arose from the blooming heart. Homage to you whose face appears like 100 full autumn months. By 1,000 stars all gathered, you shine with supreme radiance. Homage to you whose hand is graced with water bongo blue lotus, giving effort, endurance, peace, sphere of compassions and focus. Homage to you, crown of Buddhas, who enact limitless triumphs. Those who've obtained all perfections, as our victors rely on you. Homage to you, to Tara Hung, filling desire, direction, space, whose feet trample the 7 worlds with power to summon all beings. Homage to you, praised by Shakra, Agni, Brahma, Vayu, Shiva. Demons, zombies, Gandharvas, to Yaksha hosts bow down before you. Homage to you with tread and bay, you crush others' magic designs. Right leg and left outstretched pressing, blazing amid raging great flames. Homage to the fearsome Judas, today. You subdue bravest of martyrs. Lotus face bearing wrathful frown, you slay every foe completely. Homage to you whose fingers grace your heart with the three Chos mudra, with chakra of all directions, whirling in a massive light rays. Homage to you truly joyful, with crowns spreading garlands of light. Loving fully with Tutara, you control the world and martyrs. Homage to you who can summon all assembled earthly guardians. With frown of wrath and moving whom you free all those in poverty. Homage to you, crescent moon crown, all of your adornments blazing. Amitabha in your top knot, radiating boundless brightness. Homage to you dwelling within, blazing garland like ages. Right leg outstretched, left leg drawn in, with joy you quell armies of us. Homage to you who strikes the earth with pounding palms and feet stamping. Your wrathful frown and letter cause heaven levels to scatter. Homage to blissful, wholesome, calm, she who is sphere of nirvana. With perfected omen swaha, you destroy your great harmful deeds. Homage to you, circled with joy, you shatter bodies of all foes. Speech said with 10-lettered mantra, you liberate by wisdom. Homage to feet stamping today, whose warm it seats a labo. Meru, Mandara, and Vindhya, you cause all three worlds to tremble. Homage to you, whose hand holds moon, marked with deer like a divine lake. With Tararata twice and pay, you purge every single poison. Homage to you who is served by kings of gods, Demaskinators. Your resplendent summer of joy pacifies conflicts and nightmares. Homage to you whose two eyes shine brightly like the sun and full moon. Tara twice and to Tara, you dispel vicious diseases. Homage to you with three natures, who has the power to bring peace. Today most supreme you conquer, hordes of demons, zombies, yakshas. This is the praise of root mantra and the 21 homages. Om Jesu ma pa ma jo ma la ja za lo ja za jo ma nyu ma ba mo je ni ge ji lo dan ja ma ji de zung ge ju ge ja gi ge za je wa le ni ju ma ja za de ge da wa gun de ga wa ya ni zek be ja ma ka ma dong ja zok pa nam gi rab du je we ra bar ma ja za zung ge ju ni ge gi pa ma jang ni nam bar ge ma jin ba zong ju ga du shi wa zo ba sam den je yoni ma ja za de jin shek be zu do da ye nam bar gya wa cha ma le ba ro jin ba do be gya we se ki jin du de ma ja za du da re hum yi ge do dan chok dan na ka gang ma ji den dun ba jap ki nen de lu pa me ba gu pa ne ma ja za gya jin me la zang ba lung la na so wan chen che ma jun bo ro lan ji za nam dang no jin zong ki du ne do ma ja za je je ja da be gi ba ro jo gu ra du jo ma ye kya yo ge jap ki nen de me ba druk ba shin tu ba ma tu re ji ba je mo du ki ba o nam bar jo ma tu ge ja ne jo nye den ze jwa bo tam je ma lu so ma cha za gun jong zum zong ja ye zo mo du ga nam bar ye ma lu jo gi go lo ge be rang ki yo ki tsok nam jo ma cha za ra du ga wa ji be wu ge no ki drink wa be ma je ba rab je tu da ra yi du dan jik de wan du ze ma cha za za ji kyong we tsok nam tam je guk ba nu pa ni ma Chon yo we yi ge hum gi bom ba dam je nam bar jo ma cha za da we dun be ru gen gen ba dam je shin tu bar ma ra be je ne yo pak me le tak pa shin tu ram ze ma cha za ga ba da me me da ba we jing we na ne ma ye gan yong gam kun ne kor ge ja yi bung ni nam bar jo ma cha za za jing o la cha gi du gi nun ji jap ki dung ma chon ye jen ze yi ge hum gi rim ba dum bo nam ni ge ma cha za de ma ge ma ji ma nya nen de ji cho yo ni ma swaha om dang yang dak de me dik ba jem bo jom ba ni ma cha za gu ne go rab ga we dra yi lu ni rab du ge ma Yige ju beng nang ni go be rik ba hum le jol mani ma cha za du re jam ni da be hungi na be za ba ni ma re ra mandara da be je jig den zum nam yo ba ni ma cha za la yi zo yi nam be ri da cha jen jak na na ma ta ra ni jo be ge yi ge duk nam ma lu ba ni se ma cha za la yi zog nam Gyalpo la da mi yam ji te ma ku ne go ja ga wa ji ki zo da mi lam yam ba se ma cha za ni ma da wa ge be je ni bo la o ram se ma ha ra ni jo tu ta ra yi shin du jak bo rim ne se ma cha za de ni zum nam go be ji we tu dang yan dan de ma do na ro la no jin sok na jong ba tu de rap jok ni ma sa we na ke tu ba de na cha za wa ni ni shu zai chi. On to Reverend Aryatara I pay homage, homage to Tata swift and brave, with eyes like a flash of lightning. From lotus base of three worlds, Lord, you arose from the blooming heart. Homage to you whose face appears like 100 full autumn months. By 1,000 stars all gathered, you shine with supreme radiance. Homage to you whose hand is graced with water bongo blue lotus, giving effort, endurance, peace, sphere of compassions and focus. Homage to you, crown of Buddhas, who enacts limitless triumphs. Those who've obtained all perfections, as of victors rely on you. Homage to you, to Tara Hung, filling desire direction space, whose feet trample the seven worlds with power to summon all beings. Homage to you, praised by Chakra, Agni, Brahma, Vayu, Shiva. Demons, zombies, Gandharvas, to Yaksha hosts bow down before you. Homage to you with tread and pay, you crush others' magic designs. Right leg bent, left outstretched, pressing, blazing amid raging great flames. Homage to the fearsome today, you subdue bravest of martyrs. Lotus face bearing wrathful frown, you slay every foe completely. Homage to you whose fingers grace your heart with the three jewels mudra, with chakra of all directions, swelling in a massive light rays. Homage to you truly joyful, with crowns spreading garlands of light, loving fully with Dudada, you control the world and martyrs. Homage to you who can summon all assembled earthly God you. Out of wrath and moving, you free all those in poverty. Homage to you, crescent moon crown, all of your adornments blazing. Amitabha in your top knot, radiating boundless bright light. Homage to you, dwelling within, blazing garland like ages. Right leg outstretched, left leg drawn in, with joy you quell armies of us. Homage to you who strikes the earth with pounding bombs and feet stamping. Your wrathful frown and letter hung, cause 7 levels to scatter. Homage to blissful, wholesome, calm, she who is sphere of nirvana. With perfected Om and Swaha, you destroy all great harmful deeds. Homage to you, circled with joy, you shatter bodies of all foes. Speech said with 10-lettered mantra, you liberate by wisdom. Homage to feet stamping today, whose form is seats syllable. Viru, Mandara, and Vijaya, you cause all 3 worlds to tremble. Homage to you, whose hand holds moon, marked with deer like a divine lake. With Tara uttered twice and bay, you purge every single poison. Homage to you who is served by kings of gods, devas, Kimnadas. Your resplendent summer of joy pacifies conflicts and nightmares. Homage to you whose 2 eyes shine brightly like the sun and full moon. With Hara twice and to Tara, you dispel vicious diseases. Homage to you with 3 natures, who has the power to bring peace. To the most supreme you conquer hordes of demons, zombies, yakshas. This is the praise of root mantra and the 21 homages. Om Jetsu Ma Pama Joma La Cha Za Lo Cha Za Joma Nyu Ma Pa Mo Che Ni Ge Ji Lo Dan Drama Ji De Zun Gen Chu Ge Zhao Gi Ge Za Je Wa Le Ni Zhong Ma Cha Za Dun Ki Da Wa Gun Du Ga Wa Gya Ni Zik Be Jama Karma Dong Cha Zok Pa Nam Gi Rao Tu Che We Yo Ram Parma Cha Za Zun Ge Chu Ne Ge Gi Ba Me Chak Ni Nam Par Ge Ma Jin Ba Zong Chu Ka Tup Ji Wa zo pa sam den cho yon yi ma cha sa de shin shik pe tsuk to ta ye nam va kya va cho ma lu pa ro jin pa to pe kya we se ki shin tu te ma cha sa tu ta re hum yi ke do dang chok tam nang ka kang ma chi ten dun pa shap ki nen te lu pa me pa kuk pa nu ma cha sa kya chin me la tsang pa lung la na so wan chu cho ma chung pa ro lan chin sa nam dan no chin so ki tu ne to ma cha sa tre che cha tam pe ki pa ro cho ko rap tu cho ma ye ka yung kan shap ki nen te me pa chuk pa shin tu bar ma cha sa tu re chik pa che mo tu ki pa wo nam par cho ma chu ke shan ni chon ye den se cha wo tam che ma lu so ma cha sa kun som chun cho cha ye so mo tu ka nam par ke ma lu cho ki ko lo ke be ra ki yo ki sok nam chuk ma cha sa ra tu ka wa ji pe u ge no ki ching wa pe ma she pa rap she tu ta ra yi tu dang chik de wan tu zem sa shi kyong we tso na tam che kuk pa nu pa nyi ma chon yo yo we yi ge hung gi pom pa tam che nam par jo ma cha sa da we dun pe ru yen gen pa tam che shin tu par ma ra pe cho ne yo pak me le tak pa shin tu o rap se ma cha sa ka pa ta me ta pa we chring we hu na ne ma ye kya yung kum kun ne ko ge cha yi pung ni nam par jo ma cha sa sa shi ngo la cha gi de gi nun chi shab gi dum chon ye chen se yi ki rinpa dum po nam ni ge ma cha sa de ma ge ma shi ma nya nen de shi cho yon ni ma swaha om dang yak dang de me dik pa chen po chom pa ni ma cha sa ku ne ko rap ga we cha yi lu ni rap tu ge ma yi ge chu pe nak ni ko be rik pa hum le chol ma ni ma cha sa tu re shab ni da be hum gi nam be sa po ni ma re ra man da ra dang pik che jik da sum nam ya wa ni ma cha sa la yi zo yi nam be ri da dak chen chak na nam cha ra ni jo pe ki yi ge duk nam ma lu pa ni sam cha sa la yi zog nam Gyalpo la da mi yang chi yi te ma kun ne go cha ka wa chi ki zo da mi lam nyam pa sam cha sa ni ma da wa ge be chen ni po ra o rap sam ha ra ni jo tu ta ra yi shin tu chak pa rim ne sam cha sa de ni sum nam ko be shi we tu da ya da de ma do da ro la no jin sok na jom pa tu re rap chok ni ma sa we na ki tu pa di da cha sa wa ni ni shu zai chi. On to Reverend Ariatara Rabbi homage to Tara swift and brave, with eyes like a flash of lightning. On the space of three worlds, Lord, you are rose from the blooming heart. Homage to you whose face appears like 100 full autumn moons. By 1,000 stars all gathered, you shine with supreme radiance. Homage to you whose hand is graced with water bongo blue lotus, giving effort, endurance, peace, fear of compassions and focus. Homage to you, crown of Buddhas, who enact limitless triumphs. Those who've obtained all perfections, as of victors rely on you. Homage to you, Tutara Hung, filling desire, direction, space, whose we trample the seven worlds with power to summon all beings. Homage to you, praised by Chakra, Agni, Brahma, Vayu, Shiva. Demons, zombies, Gandharvas, to Yaksha hosts bow down before you. Homage to you with tread and pay, you crush others' magic designs. Right leg bent, left outstretched, pressing, blazing amid raging grave flames. Homage to the fearsome today, you subdue bravest of martyrs. Lotus base bearing wrathful frown, you slay every foe completely. To you whose fingers grace your heart with the mudra, with chakra of all directions, whirling in a massive light race. Homage to you, truly joyful, with crowns spreading garlands of light. Laughing fully with Tutara, you control the world and martyrs. Homage to you who can summon all assembled earthly guardians. With round of wrath and moving you free all those in poverty. Homage to you, crescent moon crown, crown, all of your adornments blazing. Amitabha in your top knot, radiating boundless bright light. Homage to you dwelling within, blazing garland like ages, and right leg outstretched, left leg drawn in. With joy you quell armies of foes. Homage to you who strikes the earth with pounding palms and feet stamping. Your wrathful frown and letter whom cause heaven levels to scatter. Homage to blissful, wholesome, calm, she who is sphere of nirvana. With perfected Om and Swaha, you destroy your great harmful deeds. Homage to you circled with joy, you shatter bodies of all foes. Speech said with enlettered mantra, you liberate by wisdom. Homage to feet stamping today, whose form it sees syllable. Meru, Mandara, and Vindhya, you cause all three worlds to tremble. Homage to you whose hand holds moon, marked with deer like a divine lake. With Tara uttered twice Tempe, you purge every single poison. Homage to you who is served by kings of gods, devas, gymnadas. Your resplendent armor of joy pacifies conflicts and nightmares. Homage to you whose true eyes shine brightly like the sun and full moon. With Hara twice and to Tara, you dispel vicious disease. Homage to you with three natures, who has the power to bring peace. Today, most supreme, you conquer hordes of demons on base yaksha. This is a praise of root mantra and the 21 homages. Om Jetsu Ma Pama Joma La Cha Za Lo Cha Za Joma Nyu Ma Pa Mo Jeni Ge Ji Lo Dan Cha Ma Jide Jumbo Japki Ki Ge Za Je Wa Le Ni Juma Cha Za Dung Gi Da Wa Kundu Gang Wa Gya Ni Sek Be Jama Kama Dong Cha Zo Pa Nam Gi Rab Du Je Be Rabarma Cha Za Zung Ju Ne Ge Gi Ba Me Jang Ni Nam Bar Ye Ma Jimba Zong Ju Ka Tup Shi Wa Zo Pa Sem Ten Jo Yo Ni Ma Cha Za De Jin Shek Pe Tsu Tu Ta Ye Nam Bar Gya Wa Cho Ma Ma Lu Ba Ro Jimba To Be Gya We Se Gi Shin Du Te Ma Cha Za Du Da Re Hum Yi Ge Do Dan Chok Dan Nam Ga Ga Ma Ji De Nu Bo Jab Gi Nen De Lu Pa Me Ba Guk Ba Nu Ma Cha Za Gya Jin Me La Zang Ba Lung La Na So Wan Chu Cho Ma Jumbo Ro Lan Dri Sa Nam Dan No Jin So Ki Du Ne Do Ma Ki Paro Jogo Rab Du Joma Yekam Yoga Jab Ki Nende Me Pa Juk Ba Shin Du Bar Ma Cha Za Du Re Jik Ba Je Mo Du Ki Ba Ho Nam Bar Joma Chu Ge Jani Jon Yo Den Ze Dra Wo Tam Je Ma Lu So Ma Cha Za Kun Jon Sum Son Cha Ge So Mo Tu Ka Nam Bar Ge Ma Ma Lu Jo Ki Ko Lo Gen Be Rang Ki Yo Ki Sok Nam Chuk Ma Cha Za Rab Du Ka Wa Ji Be U Ge No Ki Drink Wa Be Ma Je Parab Je Du Da Ra Yi Du Den Jik Den Wan Du Tse Ma Cha Za Za Ji Kyong We Tsok Nam Tam Je Guk Pa Nu Pa Ni Ma Chon Yo Yo We Yi Ge Hung Gi Pom Pa Tam Je Nam Bar Jo Ma Cha Za Da We Dun Be U Gen Gen Pa Tam Je Shin Du Bar Ma Ra Be Cho Ne Yo Pak Me Le Tak Pa Shin Du Ho Ram Tse Ma Cha Za Ka Pa Tam Me Me Da Ba We Jeng We U Na Ne Ma Ye Kya Yung Kum Kun Ne Gor Ge Ja Yi Nu Ri Nam Ji Jom Ma Cha Za Sa Shi Ngo La Cha Gi De Gi Nun Shi Shap Ki Dom Ma Chon Ye Jen Se Yi Ge Hung Gi Rim Pa Dom Po Nam Ni Ge Ma Cha Za De Ma Ge Ma Shi Ma Nyan In De Shi Cho Yo Ni Ma Swaha Om Dang Yak Dan De Me Dik Pa Jim Po Jom Pa Ni Ma Cha Za Gu Ne Ko Rab Ga We Ja Li Lu Ni Rab Du Ge Ma Yi Ge Chu Be Nak Ni Go Be Dik Pa Om Le Jol Ma Ni Ma Cha Za Du Re Jam Ni Da Be Hung Gi Na Be Sa Bo Ni Ma Ri Ra Mandara Dang Big Je Jik Dan Sum Nam Yo Ba Ni Ma Cha Za La Yi Zo Yi Nam Be Ri Ra Cha Jek Dak Na Nam Ta Ra Ni Jo Be Ki Yi Ge Dung Nam Ma Lu Pa Ni Sa Ma Cha Za La Yi Zok Nam Gyalpo La Da Mi Yam Chi Yi Te Ma Kun Ne Ko Ja Ga Wa Ki Ki So Da Mi Lam Nyam Ba Sa Ma Cha Za Ni Ma Da Wa Ge Be Je Ni Po Ra Rab Sa Ma Ha Ra Ni Jo Tu Da Ra Yi Shin Tu Jak Po Rim Ne Sa Ma Cha Za Ni Nam Sum Nam Ko Be Shi We Tu Dang Yak Da De Ma Do Da Ro La No Jin So Na Jom Pa Tu Re Rab Chab Jonima, Sawina Gindu Badi Danja, Sawani Nishu Zaiji. Om Tari to Tari to Riso, 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 Om Tari to Tari to
Jumdende, Bandu Jizembalan Jazalo, Banza Zado Zamaya, Manu Balaya, Banza Zado Zamaya, Deda Dero Membawa, Zodogaya Membawa, Norado Membawa, Zubogaya Membawa, Sawagama Zozame, Zeda Jireya, Guru Bhagave, Zawa Dada Ganda, Banza Mame, Manza Banze, Bawa Ma Zamaya Zad, Om Banza Zado Zamaya. Banza Zado Deno Ba, Deda Dedo Membawa, Zobagaya Membawa, Norado Membawa, Zobagawa Membawa, Zawa Zede Membaya, Zazawa Gama Zodame, Zeda Jireya, Guru Bhagave, Zawa Deda Gada Banza Mama Ma Zamaya Zado, Banza Zado Zamaya, Mano Balaya, Banza Zado Deno Ba, Deza Zunzo Zenzawa, Zodo Gayo Membawa, Anarado Membawa, Zobo Gayo Membawa, Zawa Dede Membaya, Zazawa Gama Zozame, Zeda Jireya, Guru Bhagave Zawa Dada Gada Baza Mame Menza Baze Bawa Ma Zamaya Zado Ingewa De Nyodo Dado Je Zamba Dojo Ned Swaje Yamade Bade Zalango Barasho. Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to do the Vajrasattva blessing. There's not really an initiation, it's just a blessing. You may have noticed that every time we do initiations or any practice, we first recite the Vajrasattva mantra, Om Vajrasattva Samaya, which is also considered as a cleansing mantra or purification mantra, or you can say a confessing mantra. So this is one of the reasons that we chant this mantra at the beginning of the initiations. And also our motivation is basically same as this mantra, to clarify all your negative thoughts and to have a pure and to be ready to receive the blessing or to receive the initiation or whatever practice you are doing. So that's one of the main reasons why we chant these mantras. Today, same as yesterday, we will do a short meditation for the sake of all sentient beings that you are going to receive this initiation or receive this blessing, Vajrasattva blessing. If you cannot have difficulty of doing this kind of motivation, then we can do concentrate on your object, preferably on a holy object like a stupa, temple, monastery, your master, a text or a religious text or any holy object. If you can't do that, then you can also keep your mind on basically any object. The point is that we are trying to keep our mind still and try to find out to be ready to receive this blessing. So we'll do a short meditation, or you can do a breathing exercise also by keeping your mind on your breathing as you breathe in. So you don't have to do anything. Just how to say, see that you recognize, or just to see that you are breathing in. You keep the breathing inside, and then you're breathing out. If you want to deliver it more elaborate, then as you breathe in, you can think that all the positive, all the goodness of the universe you are breathing in, all the energy you are breathing in, and you're keeping it inside. And as you breathe out, you are breathing out all the negative emotions and negative things in your life. You are breathing it out. Basically, you are trying to cleanse yourself. You are purifying yourself so that you are ready to receive this blessing. As we talked yesterday, the motivation is very important, and to generate this kind of motivation for the universal love, or to thinking about all sentient beings, this is very important. To generate that kind of motivation, why is this is what my how do you say is we have difficulty finding, studying, or try to keep your mind concentrated, or to keep your mind pure, to keep your mind clear. We always find difficulties, we find obstacles. We can call it obstacles, we can call it whatever you want to call it, but point is that we have difficulty. That I truly believe that this is happening because we get so we cannot understand the significance of the motivation. We cannot understand the depth of the teaching, and we cannot understand the need of these practices. So that's why I believe, because these are all the obstacles that we find. So if you understand why, because for example, whatever things we know, or we think we know, everything as we know, just like 2 or 3 why questions. Whatever you think you know, you ask yourself, why should we do this, or why? And then by the 3rd, or definitely by the 4th, by the 3rd why, you will see that you have no answers to yourself. Any questions, any question in your life, anything is. I'm not talking about things you may or may not know. I'm talking about things you know for sure. You ask yourself that why this is important, why. By the 3rd why or 4th why, you almost never get to the 4th, but by the 3rd or 2nd or 3rd why, you will have no answer. So that means you are everything we know vaguely. I think this is very important, because of our understanding, because of our belief is formed by our knowledge. And our knowledge, when you realize that because for example, if you go to a certain place, or a different culture, or different places, if you have no idea about that place, you feel humbled, you feel small, you feel, oh, I don't know what to do, I have no idea, so I don't know, I don't want to make any mistakes, I don't want to disrespect anybody. So then you are willing to listen to anybody and everybody who explain to you what should you do, what should you, then you are your mind is very much open to listen. But if you already know, or if you think you know about that culture or that place, or that your mentality will be totally, oh, I know everything about this place, oh, you can do this, you can do that. So much, how to say, whether you can call it confidence, or whether you can call it ego, or whatever you want to call it, your thought process will be totally different. So in order to change that, and also very important thing is that the teachings that our masters are teaching us, or the Buddha has taught us, or the Buddha talked about the emptiness, or the Buddha talked about the truth. The Buddha is talking about the truth, and Buddha did not find the truth. He is not the first person to find the truth. I wouldn't say not the first person. He is not the one who found truth. The truth is always there. It's very important to know that, because truth is always, he realized. The truth is always, because if only Buddha found, before Buddha there was no, because this is not the first Buddha, there will be hundreds, thousands of Buddhas. According to the text, he is the 4th Buddha. Buddha Shakyamuni is the 4th Buddha. There will be still many Buddhas coming. But even beyond this number, there are many, many Buddhas. So basically, Buddha did not create the truth, or Buddha didn't, whatever the masters are teaching us, they didn't create those things. That is one of the reasons that we are all capable of seeing the truth. Because if only he created something, that means we all of us cannot see or cannot create this, see the truth. But the point is, he did not create it, or he is not the only person who saw. The truth is always, always, always there. Even now, the truth is with us. The truth is always out there. But we haven't realized. So that's why we are going through all this emotional roller coaster, or how can I say, all this suffering is caused by misunderstanding and lack of understanding. So simple as that. So because we have one of the reasons the Buddha has said that we are all Buddhas is because we all have the Buddha nature. That is because the truth is there. Because we haven't realized that. For the simple, in the text, the same example is given by, for example, if the sun goes behind the clouds, that does not mean the sun is not there. It just means that you can't see it at the moment. Or when at night, when the sun you can't see, that does not mean the sun is not there. It just means that you can't see at the point that point of time. So that is the only reason. Otherwise, the sun is always there. Similar to that, whatever belief systems that we have to rethink. Basically, in order to see the true nature of everything, we have to unlearn everything as we have learned till now, right? Because unless we do that, we are stick to our the example that normally I give is that if you are playing soccer, you cannot follow the rules of footy while you are playing soccer. You understand? Because if we follow our belief system, this is good, this is bad, this is right, this is wrong, this is our belief, then you cannot see that, because you are trying to see something, we are trying to play footy, follow the rules of footy while playing soccer. So this is what we are trying to do. So that is very difficult and almost impossible. So it's very important. First, you have to forget, if you want to follow the rules of footy, you have to forget about the soccer, and then you can follow the rules of footy. But if whatever game you want to, or wild table tennis, or whatever game you want to play, you have to first stop or forget about the other sports. Then you have to follow the whatever sports you want to, or whatever rules and regulations you want. I cannot say, oh, in India the rule is regulation is this way, so I can do this in Australia. I cannot follow the rules and regulation of India in Australia. Same thing, I cannot follow the rules and regulation of Australia in India. Some of them could be same, but many of them could be different. But point is, it's very different. When you are in Australia, you have to follow the rules and regulation of Australia. When you're in India, you have to follow rules and regulations of India. You cannot change that. So the thing is, why we are struggling, we are making it more difficult, because while we feel that this reality, or this so-called reality that we believe in is real, is so much real, or my house is real, my life is real, my work is real, my family is real, I am real, and then try to understand emptiness or try to find Buddhas, that is very, very tough, because your mind is basically trying to reach to the opposite direction. At the same two ways, you are trying to go this way while you are trying to reach this way. So it's totally different. But yet, just by point of view, just by your perspective, just by changing that, you may feel that, oh, I have to change my lifestyle, or I may have to change my house, I have to change, maybe go to some other place to realize all this. This is not necessary. You have all the necessary tools, you have all the ability, you have everything you need to see the true nature of everything. Physically, you don't have to change literally nothing. You don't have to change anything. You just have to, even, in fact, I would say you are already a Buddha. According to Buddha's, you are already a Buddha. You just don't realize. For example, you don't know how to cook eggs, but you have kitchen at home, you have a pan at home, you have oil at home, you have egg at home, but you say, I don't know how to make omelette. I just said, I can say, oh, you have all this, then you just put the egg in the pan, then you fry the pan, then you have omelette. That doesn't mean that you already have all the ingredients, you already have every necessary tools to see the true nature of everything. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. So similar to that, we already have all the abilities. It's just that we are stuck in this dream, basically. It was very difficult for me to understand. As I was talking yesterday, that it's easy for me to realize that when I sleep, the dream that I have is not real. It's really easy to recognize that, to understand that. But to say that this moment that we are living, and that doesn't exist, that is very tough. It was very tough for me, because I could not shake the idea, the belief that this is real. But then because everything we know, as I said, this is important, very important for me, but maybe it will help you to go deeper. When I said that just 2 or 3 whys will shatter all your beliefs, it's similarly because we are never going into the depths. We are only we only know like little bit here, little bit there. Then we have already decided. Oh yes, we believe. For example, this one more example that I always give is that, for example, people who live in this area or in Canberra city, wherever you live in, if I ask you, do you know your city? You say, of course I know my city. What do you mean by no? You will almost take it as an insult if I ask you that. Do you know your city? I was born here. I went to school here. I was graduated here. I went to university here. I'm doing my work here. I spent my entire life in this place. I know this city. I know this place. So this will be you with conviction. That too, with conviction, you will tell me that. But if you ask, okay, if you know the city very well, now how many trees are there in your city? How many corners are there in your city? How many buildings are there in your city? How many birds are there in your city? How many kangaroos are there in your city? How many koala bears are there in your city? Then you would say, I don't know, I'm not, I don't. Then it contradicts what you just said, that you know everything about your city, and then you are now telling me you don't know how many corners are there, how many. So many questions you don't know anything about. So this is how our thought process work, and this is very flawed thought process, because you are deceiving yourself. You are things you don't know, you think you know, right? So what you think it is and what it is two totally different. What you what we think we know is everything. What we actually know is maybe 5% or maybe 2%. So very limited things we know, but in our mind we know everything about everything. You know? So this is how we are deceiving ourselves. And this is actually, some people may even say it is a survival instinct, to have some kind of belief to ourselves. Otherwise you'll go mad. You know, I don't know anything. Oh, I'm losing your mind. No, I have no idea about anything. I'm going crazy. So maybe you could also say that, oh, this is survival. But at the same time, this is not giving you also the we all want peace. We all want happiness. We spent our entire life, whether you are religious person or non-religious person, we spend our entire life to achieve happiness, pursue happiness. We are always, ever since you start to think, your how do you say, goal is to achieve happiness. Everybody is working towards that. Every sentient being is working towards that. But the important question is, if we are all working towards happiness, then it is kind of very important to know what is happy, right? What is happiness? But then it's a very vague answer. That there you will also see a very vague answer. Happiness could be ice cream. Happiness could be how do you say, a movie. Happiness could be a holiday. It's very vague. It's not like when does the happiness starts and ends. But the method, one of the methods, Buddha's main methods, is by dissecting everything. Because the idea that, for example, you say vanilla ice cream gives me happiness. That's a very, you say, that's a solid answer. That's something very solid. Vanilla ice cream is, but when the happiness starts and ends, when you go to the store to buy vanilla ice cream, does it start there? When you have the vanilla ice cream in your hand, does it start there? When you open the wrapping, does it start there? When you put it in your mouth, does it start there? Or when you first feel the taste of the vanilla, does it start there? Or when you swallow it down through your throat, does it start there? And when does it end? So this is a very vague, how do you say, even that now whoever loves ice cream, just thinking about vanilla ice cream gives you smiles, it makes you happy. So where does it end and where does it start? How do you say, begin? Everything is very vague, and so that's what I was trying to prove, that everything we know is vague. A little bit here, a little bit there, very vague. So then we kind of what do you say, believe in that, and so then how our belief is formed. And our how do you say, whole life is formed this way. It's like a bubble, basically. Whole life is bubble, and any time we don't want to see anything else. We want to live in our own belief system. But the thing is that when you say believe, now we are not talking about physical things. When you believe is mental, we are talking about how do you say, your thoughts, right? This is not something, believe, you cannot show me belief, right? You cannot see your belief. It's a thought process. We are talking about mental now, mentally. And when it comes to mentally, there's no limit to what you can and cannot do. Because it's mental. You can imagine whatever you want. Very simple and easy example I always give is that how many songs has been written till today? Ever since there's recorded history, how many songs has been written today? Only in one language, how many songs has been written today? And how many how do you say, songs there will be written? At this very moment, there are thousands and millions of people writing songs at this very moment. And there's not many subjects that you can write about. Maybe the scenery, love, how do you say, country, and maybe, I don't know, like 4 or 5 different subjects. And there are millions of songs that has been written till date, and there is no limit to this. We cannot say from 2030 onwards there will be no more new songs. We have exhausted all our minds, all our brain, and now that's a limit. We have reached the limit of all the new songs, and now from 2030 onwards there will be no new songs. That's not the case, right? We all know that that's not the case. It's not a maybe. It's a for sure. It's not that case. From 2030 onwards, there will be countless more songs will be written after that also. But that kind of proves, also for me, that proves that how intelligent, how capable our mind is. Similarly, not just, this is only one thing. Then of course, then you see, similarly, how many shoes has been designed till date? Over the last how many centuries, how many times did we change the shape of our feet? No, we didn't change the shape of our feet. Maybe bigger and smaller, but basically the same design. But then the shoes, there are millions of designs out there. And at this very moment, there are thousands of companies, there are thousands of employees are designing new shoes at this very moment. Again, same thing. You cannot say from 2030 onwards there will be no more new shoes. It's only old designs can come back. We cannot say that because there will be new shoes designs will come out. But that proves to similar to that, how many bags, how many shoes, how many clothes. There's so many things. There's endless, unlimited. Because we are imagination. Those people who can imagine is designing these kind of new things. And these are not you are so-called great masters or like very special. These are all ordinary people who are doing this. That means our mind is so much capable. We are underestimating our mind. Our brain is so much capable of understanding and seeing. But because we block our mind or through our belief systems. Or if this is right, this is wrong, and this is we must follow these rules, and then our entire life, first we set a few rules, and then our entire life we are running around or trying to maneuver within these beliefs. Basically, we are playing a soccer for the rest of our lives, basically. Because we are in this football field, we cannot go outside. We cannot. If it's outside, it's all fault. So we have to be in this invisible is the line that we have created, and then we cannot go out of this. So then we are the one who's struggling, or then the relation problem, work problem, family problem, wealth, money problem, food, all kinds of problems. Because we cannot think out of the box. We have to always be in this our belief. So so all these problems and sufferings, misunderstanding, again, lack of understanding. Once you see the true nature of everything, once even a glimpse of that, you will start to see all those problems are actually Buddha did not solve. The way Buddha solved this problem is telling us these problems or so-called problems does not exist in the first place. Right? If it doesn't exist, then you realize. Then because that way, if you are whatever problems that you are going through now, if somebody or your Buddha is trying to help you, actually that's not really, that's a temporary solution. But telling you that it does not exist, the Buddha's through the Buddha's teaching, the way we solve our problem is that we are taking the root of the suffering, and then taking it out. So that means once it's gone, it's totally gone, and we just have to be in this we can be positive or we can be negative. We can live in the positive or we can live in the negative. That's the only difference, and that's simple as that. That's how we can. So, but because we have been believed in this, our own belief, for so long that we have believed that this world that we exist or this life that we have is real, and other thing is just to all other thing is just to make yourself peace for a few minutes, or give you some kind of a more so-called happiness. So actually, who is stopping you from being happy? Right? Who is stopping you, or who is making you go eat all this fast food junk? People always complain, oh, this fast food is not good for you. But my question is, who is making you eat all this food? And also, recently I said somewhere that we are all worried about becoming fat. Oh, we are fat. Oh, I'm fat. Oh, I'm fat. Oh, I have to do this. I have to take medicine. I have to do exercise. I have to do this. So many things. But my question is, how are you becoming fat? It's but because you eat all this. It's not it's not one day you wake up and suddenly, I'm fat. It doesn't work that way. You are fat because you eat too much. More than you need, more than your body is digesting. You know, that's why you become fat. If you eat healthy, or if you eat only so much that your body needs, you will never be fat. There was no gym 100 years ago or 1,000 years ago. This is only last few decades you have started everywhere gym and all these things. So Buddha's teaching says that there's nothing happens out of the blue. Nothing, literally nothing happens out of the blue. Everything has cause and condition. You become fat because you eat oily, sugary, and carbohydrate foods. Then that's why you become fat. You stop eating that, you'll not be, you'll be more. If you eat healthy food, you will become healthy. If you don't eat healthy food, you get sick. That's simple as that. But because we don't want to do all that, we just want to, suddenly we want to lose weight. Suddenly you want to, so what you want and what it is two very different things. So these things, point is Buddha never gave straight answers according to my answers. I mean, I used to think, why is this happening? He knows everything. He knows, he has no limit to what he knows, Why can't he just give you, if whatever people ask him question, why can't he just give you the answer straight away? But that means, if he gives the answer, that means then you are not using your brain. You are not realizing anything. You're just getting everything. Okay, how should I do this? Do this, do that, do this. Then you have not really learned anything. You haven't realized anything. So he wants you to use your mind to see solve your own problem, right? By seeing that it doesn't exist. The problem that you have doesn't really exist. So that way, not just one problem, but all the problems are solved at one go. At one go, you are solving not just one problem, but all the suffering, you are clearing all the suffering at one time. It's like the universal key. One solution for all the problems. So that's why Buddha gives answer by question. I've read many places. Whenever people ask him questions, he always gives answer by another question, or he doesn't just straight away. Oh, yeah, do this. Yeah, this is right. This is wrong. I think I have rarely seen that. I've always seen him seeing his in the text. It's always by a question or by another example. So that way you are using your brain. Right now we are using our brain within our belief system. Whatever we are thinking every day. So we are not crazy. I'm thinking every day. What should I do for eat? What should I eat for lunch? What should I eat for dinner? What should I do tomorrow? What should I do next year? What should I do? Oh, I'm planning. I'm thinking. But whatever you are thinking, you are doing within the boundaries of your belief system. So that's why basically you are stuck here, and that's how also I realize. Only my understanding is that's how we can see that whatever belief, whatever world that we think exists, only exists in our brain, because what makes something special or something for us, for individuals, worthy of registering in your brain or in your mind, if you take that away, then I don't know whether it exists or not. If you take the vanilla ice cream's sweetness, the ice, the shape, the size, the color, if you take all that away, then where is the ice cream? So similarly, if you take because as I said, shape, size, color, taste, everything is your belief. It's literally your belief. As I told you about the eye, because when you see with your eye is just like a camera. It takes image and then it goes to your brain, and then your brain determines color, shape, size, whatever it is, and then you, according to that, then you react. But this is happening like simultaneously, so that's why you don't realize. You feel, oh, your eyes is seeing, and so your eyes is deciding is the color of the shape or everything. But your eye is not doing that. Similarly, recently I saw somewhere an article where it says that when you eat chili is not hot. I saw this some article. I can't be. Maybe I read it wrong, but I don't know. You can do your own research. Chili is not hot, but your tongue, because when the chili touches your tongue sends a signal to your brain saying that it is hot. Then your body believes that, oh, it is hot. Because your driver, the main controller is your mind. Your mind sends a signal to your body, oh, it's very hot, it's very hot. But actually chilies are not hot. So maybe you can do that your own research. So I think we can use this technology. You can use this knowledge to help you see the real truth, or to see the true nature of everything. The truth that we are talking about, or the truth that we have in our life, or the truth that we believe, so-called truth, is very subjective. Truth in our life, our daily life, the truth is very subjective, because that could change with the information. Whatever is, for example, I always think that nowadays we have this phone scammers, calling people for scamming there for money. We feel those are so bad people. So like, especially they are doing to these families or senior people. They are calling, and they are taking billions of money from all over the place. They are calling. We feel, oh, these are so bad people. But then we realize, we also heard news. These are all news. I'm just telling you information. Then we realize that those scammers are also basically in prison. They are tortured. They are kept like a prisoner. And they have threatened. They threaten their families. If you do not do this work, you will be tortured. Your family will be killed. So they are basically stuck in this kind of a situation. So then when you realize that, when you hear the news, then that evil scammer, then you feel so bad so compassion for them. Oh, these poor scammers. But until you have that information, those evil scammers. But with one information, now those evil scammers become a place of compassion. So with information, your point of view changes. That evil person becomes the subject of compassion. So these are very different people, but because of our information, the information that I receive, before it was bad, now is not bad. Bad, not bad. What did I change? Did I go there and went to the scammer and did all these things, or I just heard something from here, something from here? Now my whole view is changed, like totally changed, not like a little bit vaguely changed. Just totally changed. So that shows, that proves that evil is not out there. Evil is what you believe. So this is one example. Now you can find your own, you must find your, this is where meditation comes in. Meditation is not, you sit in a quiet place and many people say, oh, today I did meditation, I feel very relaxed. Yes, that's one part of the meditation, but meditation is not that. Feeling relaxed is not meditation. Meditation is when you are thinking, when you are, it's almost as if not more tiring than physically working on a field or working hard. Because you are mentally, now you are thinking about all these things. Well, our beliefs, you are basically shattering all the beliefs that you have till now. You are unlocking all these doors and all this. You are opening up to so many new things. So this is a very hard work, physical work, and similarly mental work. It's very hard work. So the meditation, I always, people say, if you many people told me, oh, I can't do meditation, I am not, my mind is, but I always tell them, if you can plan your tonight, where you're going to have dinner, what you're going to wear tomorrow, what you're going to do for next holiday, if you can plan that, you can do meditation. Basically, it's the same thing. You are using your brain to see things. That is basically meditation. And because we are doing it again and again, because we cannot just do once. We cannot just go to gym one day and say, I have 6 packs. You cannot get 6, good muscle and everything in one time. You have to do today, tomorrow, 1 week, 1 month, years. Then you will get some result. So similarly, your mind, because you need repetition, because your mind needs to believe that. I have always said this many times, that knowing things and believing things is 2 very different things. You know many things, but belief is very limited. Belief is very, because once you have belief, then there's nothing, once you at the point of believing, then your motivation, everything will be so easy to, because once you're already in love, basically, similar look, similar, example I can give. Once you are in love, there's nothing, it's not hard work. You can work 24 hours, you can do like unbelievable things once you already believe in this thing, right? So this is simple things. Once you understand these things, then it will be much easier for you to generate the right motivation, which is for sake of all sentient beings that you are going to receive this Dhamma blessing. So this, as I mentioned before, today is not initiation; it's a blessing. Pando je zamba ngue nyambe mege dan tembe je chila samo shwe yendo mi de menda shembo wara sho. Banza mbo me a je yonzo damba wanje ze je za she banza de ge a je jare goyo ge goe zo re jabo re ra sha ne ba bo lo zambo le no balan je jan da me ne ma da wa la mi banjo buson zoba ma zawa me ba denye de zo zanje damje je ngowo zome bande nama dambe janga ne jena zamo juwe yendo yo do je rowe dendo je zo zo jene jinge la do so. For the requesting lines, repeat after me these lines. Sanje Tamje, Dubezo, Pande Lama, Doje Chang, Kigi Tuje, Kadinji, Dala Chinji, Labduso, Sanje Tamje, Dubezo, Pande Lama, Doje Chang, Kigi Tuje, Kadinji, Dala Chinji, Labduso, Sanje Tamje, Dubezo, Pande Lama, Doje Chang, Kigi Tuje, Kadinji, Dala Chinji, Labdo so. Jebe Jesu Rangishi, Long Jimbala Song, Jesu Debatan, Tam Jawa, Chingi Laba Long Lo, Tambo Jesu Debe Longi, the Mibadation to Zolom, Yomo Sobo, Shido Sotomo Sobo, Shido Han, Pumbokan, Jim Jimmy, the Tombarajo, Tombe Lab, Pematan, Davedendo, Jera, Gigi, the Jesamba. The Jason Baba, Heruka Vajrasattva, Chani, get to the Jubba, Zimbe Yumla Juba, the Beijing, Ruki Jimba, Jimodungi Shuba, Teba, Na Yum the Jama, Yamagomo, to the Tuba, Zimba, charging a Jambada Yambara, charging a Jambada Yambara, Jo Yambaja, Gujin to Southern, Lobela Kudu, Besama, Yungu, Maluba, Tado, Sonia, Beiji, Sotam, Loben to Jisamba, the Sayo together into. 홍게다 이게 홍이게 타말 이게 잡아 용속과 삼배 홍래 이게 장아든 여서 가보초 좀 로빈 게 전에도 지나는 게 셔도 인게도 인가라 다웨땡도 홍가보 사와라 주로. Now for the blessing, first visualize that the Guru is none other than the Vajrasattva himself, and then when the Guru says Om Sobo Ashido Sawad Om Sobo Ashido, everything dissolves into emptiness, and out of the emptiness, lotus appears. On top of lotus is the moon disk, and on top of that is now you have to visualize yourself in a form of Vajrasattva, white in color, one face, two hand. The two hands are holding the Vajra and the belt. Also hugging the mother consort, adorned with the bone ornaments. Two legs are in the lotus position, and the mother consort, Doji Nyama, she is holding a curved knife and a kapala on her hand, one face, two hand, and also hugging the father. And through the power of your devotion and your belief that you, and also you are requesting to bestow this blessing, the Guru, who is in form of Vajrasattva with the mother consort, on his heart is the letter Hung. Surrounding the letter Hung is the 100 syllable mantra, Om Vajrasattva Samaya. And light rays issues out, and also the mantra is now coming out through the Guru's mouth into your mouth and goes around the letter Hung, which you are also in a Vajrasattva form. Letter Hung, white Hung, goes around that, the mantra is now going. So this is coming out from Guru's mouth into your mouth and goes around the letter Hung. And the nectar coming out of the letter Hung or the mantras, you filled your body, all your diseases, all the negative defilements are cleared, and comes out through your nostrils, all the diseases, and also through your feet, under your feet it comes out, and now your body is filled by the nectar. With this visualization, you repeat the 100-syllable mantra 3 times with me. Om Banza Sadhu Samaya Manupalaya Baza Sadhu Tenoba Tishta Dido Mebawa Sudoshoyo Mebawa Anurado Mebawa Subochoyo Mebawa Sawasidi Mepayaza Sawakarma Suzame Sidam Shiriya Kuruhun Haha Haha Ho Sawatada Gada Bazama Memenza Bazibawa Mahasamaya Satoa Om Banza Sado Samaya Manupalaya Bazasado Tenoba Tishta Dido Mebawa Sudochoyo Mebawa Anurado Mebawa Subochoyo Mebawa Sawasidi Mebayaza Sawakama Suzame Sidam Shiriya Kuruhun Haha Haha Ho Sawatada Gada Bazama Memenza Bazibawa Mahasamaya Satoa Om Banza Sado Samaya Manupalaya Bazasado Tenoba Tishta Dido Mebawa Subokayo Mebawa Anurado Mebawa Subochoyo Mebawa Sawasidi Mebayaza Sawakama Suzame Sidam Shiriya Kuruhun Haha Haha Ho Sawatada Gada Bazama Memenza Bazibawa Mahasamaya Sadoa Jesu de Belong Niba Tamjolo Niger Reshim Machabada Gibet Chizanda Tribe Kelon Shubati Song de Shanju Maduki Pada Jisumba Idendo Sombe Kelojan Tamja Dijan. So now after receiving the mantra blessing, now is to promise to chant whatever mantras you can. So you repeat after me this. So this is basically you are saying as much as you can. So you are not how do you say breaking the samayas. Sometimes if you have difficulty chanting the mantras, but whenever you can, you are chanting these mantras. So repeat after me these lines. Lama Doje Loben Gonsu So. Here it says Da Ming, which means my name, so you have to add your name here. Da Ming Shejiwa Titane Sonde Ningbola Chanjubgi Chiji Pado Pande Doje Semba Idam Gilar Sunshin Yigi Jaba Nirela Soba Machakbar Dawar Thamjalaso. Lama Doje Loben Gonsuso Da Ming Shejiwa Titane Sonde Ningbo Chanjubla Chiji Pado Pa Doje Semba Idam Gilar Sunshin Yigi Jaba Nirela Soba Machakbar Dawa Thamjalaso. Lama Doje Loben Gonsuso Da Ming Shejiwe Titane Sonde Ningbo Chanjubla Chiji Pado Pa Doje Semba Idam Gilar Sunshin Yigi Jaba Nirela Soba Machakbar Dawar Thamjalaso. So now after receiving the mantra, so visualize that you are offering flower while reciting these lines. Chomden Dala, Salaji, Chomden Dala, Chinjilom, Chomden Dala, Salaji, Chomden Dala, Chinjilom, Chomden Dala, Salaji, Chomden Dala, Chinjilom. Loben Jinga Yingro Zashin, Temper Chinjila Bem Bonds. Jomden de la Zalajin de Langoa, the Sanga Ingro, the Shodan Bazon de la Zalajin de Langoa, the Sanga Ingro, the Shodan Barazedo. Jomden de la Bad Jisamba, Ribazim, Didi, you don't commit Sotam, Chanshin Tower, Chinji, Laudo, so Chinjila Belong, the Dragom de Lundaba, Chinja, Machaba, Chanyabe, Dijin, the Yalan Sums. So now here is the conclusion part where you are promising to keep whatever samayas you have received during this blessing, and also after that is the mandala offering, and then finally the dedication prayer. Chirasaba lebasaba imbe tedagna toje kenebe samsada dombanara sondom sujindo jinbe gone dijinde yanlen sumzo zoe chidara kazawa tedadamje dagiji zoe chidara kazawa tedadamje dagiji zoe chidara kazawa tedadamje dagiji je chirasaba lebasaba imbe kani taragi yandomi de menda shimbo wara shu Zambo me Yonzo Daba Wanje Zege Zaje Banza Dege Aje Jare Goyo Zegowe Zo Ira Jale Bambo Lo Zambo Leno Balanje Jan Damenye Nima Dawa Ladami Banje Zozo Zoba Mazan Me Bandenye De Zon Zanje Domje Ye Mo Zome Bandelam Changane Jena Zamo Jiba Dobe Gade Darage Yendo Yo Doje Doe Dendo Jezo Zo Shene Jinje Lado Zo Deda Mera De Masalo Mela Lineage of Jabune Shajana Shella Lonja the Zonia Begone, Dijin the Yala Zum Lenje, do Zon Rajo, Den Zamda, Daden, do Jela, Danem, Bolana, Jigi, Roma, Zon, Jay, Jane, Jedo, Zoden, Zamda, Dad. Jela, Danem, Bolana, Jigi, Lomara, Zon, Jay, Jane, Jedo, Zoden, Zamda, Daden, do Jela, Danem, Bolana, Jigi, Lomara, Zon, Jay, Jane, Jedo, Zon. 대권의 랑싱기 등지를 보다 들려주는 게 왜서봐서 받는 전전 인보용 송와 렌제 돈저 버라조 조놈데 dom제 세바니 돈에 예베잖아 밤제네 예가나지 발라도바 Izibet zole jowa jowarejo jamba bawo jidayemba nangundu zangbo deyan dejinde de dagungi jesu daglom Jinge wan di da dam je ram do do je be gya wa dan je ki go wa gang la jo de ngam ban de na ye
je mogi dewa dorje de balde sage jose ye yurujik droben dungyu gyunje meba dangun yandrin lin namga yambarajon. Glorious great teacher, precious ones, it's upon our Lord as on my head, having graced us through your kindness great. Bless my body, voice, and mind, I pray. In the land surrounded by mountains, you're the source of happiness and good. Cleansing Yatso holy generously, live long until samsara is stopped. Your line of God divine, giving joy and benefit to all. Honor of the great and secret path, wish fulfilling great King, please live long. Now and sovereign of the temple meets, Kunga Loja, Lord of learned ones, beacon of the guides of living beings, Wangya, Lord of genius, please live long. In the Jagya's palace immortal, is Ngawangin Rablek Jigyanso, guided by the wise and good adept, I pray to one who holds the doctrine. Immortal deities bestow on beings from the endless mine of great cities, ocean of gurus, sages, and siddhas, bestow sacred, changeless, eternal, glorious regions, making beings happy. Mercy, love, power, play of three lords, avatar of wondrous, pure lineage, crown of Vajra holder, please live long. Conga big of knowledge, became wise, excelled in realizing mode of being, peerless courage to guide all beings, pillar of the doctrine, please live long. All things mind you, Lord, see equally, loving, steadfast, honor, Pandita, powerful master of the good lineage, sacred regent, Lord, please live for ins, praying sincerely with purest note, power of truth, Guru and three jewels, boosted by words of truth unwavering, increase goodness of deed firm remain. Lama Gugam Zang La Solwade, Jod Good Zering La Solwade, Trinle Darjing Gyale Solwade, Lama Jawa Me Parajing Yilo, praying for our teachers, perfect health, praying for our teachers, ageless lives, praying that their works grow and spread, not to part from them, oh bless me please.